Welcome to another 7 Minutes with Matt. Thank you, as always, for spending your 7 minutes with me. We always add value for the next 7 minutes of your life so you can take it to the next 7 weeks of your life. Today, I want to talk about copy crap, not copycat. You heard that correctly. Copy crap. Because when we try to be something outside of the way God created us, for lack of better terms, it usually turns to crap. Or we're trying to always play catch up with the person we're trying to be because that's not really who we are. So we're constantly stressing ourselves out, maybe using some extra filters, maybe putting on a different personality, wearing different clothes, driving different cars, saying different things to try to be something we're not. And it makes us uncomfortable. We go outside of our box and it's just copy crap. It ends up being something we're not. A personal story. When I was on American Idol, this was 2004, I always say a lot of hair ago, but I was a finalist on season 3 of American Idol in the year 2004. And I remember Simon Cowell went on Extra and he said, my prediction for the final 2 are going to be Fantasia and Matt Rogers. And for those of you who know or maybe watched that season, he was right about one of them, Fantasia. And she ended up winning our season. What he was wrong about was the pick that he picked for me to finish in the final, which was he picked me and I didn't. But I'm going to tell you why I didn't finish in the final. Because what got me there, I went away from. And what got me there was me being me. I love to entertain people. I love to make people laugh. I love to entertain and just hype up crowds and have fun. Like when I was on American Idol, I knew I was not the best singer. Like I'm looking at Jennifer Hudson, I'm looking at George Huff, I'm looking at Diana DeGarmo, Fantasia, LaToya London, and I'm like, I can't do that. But what I can do is I could light this place up and I can get these people clapping and I can give them a show. Paula even said, you're Mr. Showman. And that's who I was. But let me tell you what happened and what my downfall was and how it's going to help you in your life. It was after I made the top 12. We're now in the top 11 show. And I had picked a song that was very me. I'll just tell you, it was How Do You Like Me Now by Toby Keith, which was very current at that time, right? And I was going to put on a cowboy hat and I was going to dance and I was going to sing. It wasn't about, for me, it wasn't about the voice or it wasn't about singing because I was a performer. And I was there to perform. And I'll never forget the producers, who are all great, by the way. And they've helped me a lot in life. But one of the producers sat me down and he said, you know, Matt, America wants to see the softer side of you. Clay Aiken did it this way. Josh Grayson did it this way. Ruben Studdard, Kelly Clarkson, Justin Guarini, they did it this way. And they were super successful. And I was like, okay, well, if Josh Grayson sang this song, he was successful, I should do that. Or Clay Aiken did it, he was successful, I should do that. And it reminds me, if you bring it back to the Bible, when King Saul tried to give David his armor and it didn't fit him. And I ended up singing a song that didn't fit me. In fact, if you go back and you Google Matt Rogers eliminated from American Idol, you'll see my performance, which Randy said vocally, this is your best performance, which is really funny that he said that because at the time, vocally, that was my best performance. Then it gets to Simon and Simon says, you know, Matt, that was not you. And this is going to cost you big time because that's not you. So even though vocally it was my best performance, identity wise, it wasn't me. And America didn't buy in to what I was trying to sell them through the camera. And I got voted off and Simon was right. It cost me big time. I finished number 11 when I coulda, woulda, shoulda finished maybe number 2. Or who knows, once you get to the championship, anything could happen, right? But here's what it cost me monetarily. Because I didn't finish in the top 10, I didn't get the car, I didn't get to go on tour, I didn't get the couple $100,000 contract. I didn't get the notoriety. I didn't get so many things because I tried to be something I wasn't. The late, great Miles Monroe, one of my favorite mentors of all times, says it best when he said, and I quote, "You were born an original, don't die a copy." And at that point in my life, I was young. I was only 24 years old. I wanted everybody to like me. And I thought, well, if I do it the way that they did it, they'll like me the way that they liked them. And what did that cost me? It cost me a lot. And I want to ask you, what is it costing you? What is it costing people out there right now listening that are trying to be something they aren't, that are trying to live up to an image that God never asked them to live? They're driving down a road that God didn't pave the highway for them. It says the steps of the righteous are paved by the Lord. It says, in all your ways, acknowledge him and he will direct your path. If you're not acknowledging God, if you're not doing what God put inside of you, if you're not walking in the identity and the gifting and the calling that God put on your life, he's not directing your path. And I'm not just talking about monetary success, because we all know, I mean, you could be successful by the world standards, but have complete misery. I'm talking about peace. I am talking about success. I'm talking about doing it God's way and the way that God created you, the original. Another thing Miles Monroe always said that I loved is there's over 7 billion people on the planet and none of them have your fingerprints. You are an original. Don't try to be somebody else. You can glean from other people. Like if you want to be a basketball player, yeah, you watch Kobe Bryant, you watch Michael Jordan, and you glean from them, but you don't try to be something you're not. Whether you're in the workplace or you're a leader, or maybe it's even a relationship, your marriage, you don't try to be something you're not, because it will always end in copy crap. I'll say it again. You were born an original. Don't die a copy. God didn't have you before you were created, and he didn't like it. That's why he created you. You are on this planet because there is something that only God can use you for and nobody else. So don't try to do somebody else's job when God made you an original. God bless you, and thank you. This has been another 7 Minutes with Matt.